Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Coffee Time. It's Sunday, it's 10 a.m. It's live today. It's live. And why is that? I've been a busy boy. I'm very sorry. I was roped in to helping my brother move house yesterday. It was terrible. And then this morning, I go to start, and then I realise I'm about to run out of electricity, so I had to go out and get some, so that's why I'm 5 minutes late. So I do apologise, but hopefully you're ready for some spicy drama, because there's been lots this week. There has been quite a bit. It's been actually quite exciting. Welcome D-Stonks, welcome Ginger Steve, Master Arcade, Dats and Des. David J once again. How's it going? And we're live on YouTube and Twitch today. So, how's everyone doing? Have you anything you want me to talk about? You want me to talk about lying, cheaters, scum, and villainy today? Because that's what I'm bringing. Hey, Hook and Pin, how's it going? That's what we're bringing today. That's what we're bringing to the table. Drama, the man, the reason we're all here. Oh, yeah, there's lots and lots of drama that's been happening. The real reason Coffee City is not coming back is coffee time. I'm so sorry. I realised that on Twitch, it doesn't quite work as well when your thumbnail is... one second. The thumbnail on YouTube. I normally have different titles, but today's just been a bit of a nightmare, I won't lie. This is the thumbnail for the video. It's like the real reason Curse City is not coming back. It's me. I'm the real reason. I'm too hot for it. I can't zoom out. How do you zoom out on a computer? Anyone know? Bam. The real reason it's not coming back. Hey, Steve Redacted and for Udap. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, what shall we talk about today? What shall we talk about today? Well, normally when I do a live stream, I just chat to the chat. But the reason I'm doing a live stream today is because there's too many topics to cover in one go. But I want to say a massive thank you to Fabius Bile for the Twitch Prime. Really appreciate it. Thank you, man. It's very kind of you. You're an absolute legend. Thank you. You've just taken $5 from Jeff Bezos and everyone thanks you for it. Let's get some thanks in the chat for Fabius Bile. Thanks. Thanks, Fabius. Love you. Hey, Martin, how's it going? So, let's talk about some drama. Okay, let me get a song for it. Why is my thingy not shuffling? I need some drama. I need a drama song, you know? Drama song. I don't think I've got one. A dramatic song. I will get one. I will get one. Scott, we're going to be talking about that today, dude. We're going to be talking about that today. Dramatic audio. Okay, so we're going to talk about some drama. Some drama that's happened in the Warhammer community. And by Warhammer community, I mean the real community. Not that community, the real community. The community that is Warhammer community team. So thank you very much to Dats and Des for getting these screenshots. Because I knew it had happened, I just didn't have the evidence. I didn't have the evidence. So, let me tell you something. Have you heard about a little game? What are you doing, Valrak? Why are you plugging your own channel? Are you plugging your own channel? I don't know. Why are you dropping a link? Is it dramatic audio? It better be. I don't understand. Why are you dropping a link? Okay. So, oh, I have a song for you, and then it just loads up Creator Studio. It doesn't work. Let me try and copy and paste it. Is it good? Is it Rickroll? It's Rickroll, isn't it? I know it is. Oh, right, okay. That is a dramatic song, to be fair. We'll use that one. Let's try again. Yeah, I'm going to get copyright claimed by Val right now. So, let me tell you about some drama from the Warhammer community. The Warhammer community is the team that run the community websites, including Facebook and Twitter, etc. Copyright the stream. So I'll just turn it down. So Curse City is a brand new board game by Games Workshop. You might have seen us play it on the channel. You might have seen other channels play it because loads of people got one early, which everyone hated, by the way. Loads of people got them early, if you're a GW reviewer, to review the game so he could hype it up and like promote the sale of it, right? And then Curse City it's a Warhammer Quest game, and most of the Warhammer Quest games remain as part of the range for like a year or two at least. Like, you can still buy Blackstone Fortress off the shelf, and it's something I brought up in the live streams when we were playing those games. And this is what Games Workshop said to one unlucky customer. He said, does anyone know if, when finally released, Curse City will be limited for independence in the same way as PT in Pain, or is this capping for independence going to be a trend for GW? And it says, PT in Pain is a limited release, while Warhammer Quest Curse City will be a permanent part of the range, which is great. Hooray, we love that. Hooray. Hooray, we love that. Hooray. Alright, this is a good song. Can I use it more often? However, this 2 weeks ago, this image was removed. This comment was removed, along with a lot of other comments. And deep buried on Twitter. Can't hear the song on Twitch. It's only very quiet, to be fair. There you go. You might be able to hear it now. So I tweeted, there was a couple of rumours going around, right? That said Curse City was going to be limited release. So I said, if Curse City was a limited one-time release, then Games Workshop don't like money, which I think is like, you know, legit. However, buried in a reply of Malagurst the Twisted, someone asked about Curse City, and then they said, Curse City is sold out and we're not expecting it to return online. Okay. So, Carl getting in there with the clickbait tile, and it's gone. Is mine clickbait tile? I don't know. I don't think it is. Many copies have been sent to local stores across the world. Please check with your local Warhammer store or independent retail, see if they can help. So what they're saying is now they're not going to be making any more, or at least they won't be making any more for the foreseeable future. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that they either lied or were misinformed, or a situation has changed. Either way, this reply is really shit, because it's not an official response. It's like a reply to something else that they're talking about. If Games Workshop had said, "Hey guys, we actually said it's going to be a permanent part of the range, but actually it's going to be limited because no reason why. It's just going to be limited." Everyone would be annoyed, but like they're owning up to responsibility. Whereas this is like a hidden reply. People are only seeing this because people are sharing screenshots of it, right? Whereas, like what they should do is make an official response. So I'm really pissed off with them about this, because I'm telling people on my live stream, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, Games Workshop have said that you're going to be able to buy it later because it's going to come back on the shelf, but I now look like a liar because I've been misinformed by the team, and then they're deleting comments to say that they weren't going to be limited. Which is just a joke, to be honest. It's a real joke. And I don't know if it's... I don't think they were wrong when they said there was a limited... What was supposed to be part of the range. I think what's happened, me personally, is... Obviously, this Suez Canal is a big thing. And I imagine, well, I'm pretty sure that GW get all of their books printed outside of the country. So getting them into the country is probably an issue right now. So getting all the paper card, all the rule books, all the counters, etc. It's probably really hard to get back into the country right now. But why can't they just say that? I think them just saying that will be a lot better, rather than just being like, oh, here's a random reply on a random video, on a random tweet, sorry. So it's really pissed me off. I mean, yeah, I got one for free, but it doesn't mean that they're not, what they're doing is the fucking bullshit. You know? I want to make that clear. Since card stock is clearly coming from China, new tariffs are having a massive impact. Yeah, this is true. Obviously, Brexit is a massive issue with this sort of thing. Really getting the idea that GW can't deal with how popular their stuff is at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. I'd say the situation has changed, because otherwise, why hype it up? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like something has got to have changed, or someone said something wrong. But I don't understand why this one would be limited release when every other Warhammer Quest has stayed on the shelf for a long time. Like if you go to Games Workshop now, you can still buy Blackstone Fortress because it's still got it on the shelf. Obviously, it wasn't as popular, but it's not limited. It doesn't say it's limited, you know. If only they had a digital way of distributing books, exactly. Like, but for codexes and stuff, this shouldn't be an issue. For a board game where you need card stock, I'd be like, yeah, fair enough. All right, okay. Blackstone Fortress has also gone offline. So when we talked about Curse City on the live stream, this wasn't out of stock, but it looks like it has gone out of stock, or they've pulled it. But I could ordered that last time, which is interesting. But it's real bullshit, honestly. It's real bullshit. Maybe it's something to do with perceived negative image from things from China. Maybe marketing would rather this mess than admit they get so much stuff from them. Well, I mean, that doesn't... Yes and no. Like, they could just say that there's issues with production. They don't have to say there's an issue with the ship. You know, there's an issue with, like, shipping production. They could just say there's an issue with production. And the thing with Be'lakor, man, I know obviously Valrak's brought that up. Be'lakor is a limited release. They've sold out Be'lakor before he's even released. So, let me pull up an image. Let me pull up an image, just be a second. So a local store to me, no affiliation, I'm just using them because I know that's where I get the information from. Actually, I think Sanctuary posted about it. We'll use Sanctuary. I don't think theirs was like an official email though. They just like copied it, which is fair. We'll use that because everyone else has had the same message. No, they didn't post about it. Bugger. Okay. I know Neil posted about it in our WhatsApp group. So here you go. So this is from a store that's local to me. Again, no affiliation. It's just I'm using them for information. They're talking about Curse City here, but also with Be'lakor, because what basically this shop was selling pre-orders for the second run because they were told that they could do that. So then they had to pull all those, so had to refund everybody. But then they also said Be'lakor. Hey, thank you very much for the 5 super chat from Union. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Let's get some hype in the chat. As you may have heard, this product is completely sold out to pre-order at Games Workshop. Bearing in mind that you don't run pre-orders until middle of the week, so if something goes on pre-order on a Saturday, a store doesn't usually put their pre-orders in until Monday at the earliest, because Games Workshop ordering system isn't open at the weekend. As you may have heard, this is completely sold out. We're not able to provide any stock to some stores, including ourselves. It will be coming in back. There's exceptional demand. As such, pre-orders for this product will be displayed on the website. However, they are not expected to release on the 24th. Also, the instruction manual has an errata already, because I saw that yesterday on Twitter as well. I think something big's going on. Where they've really messed up with something. Look, they've released like FAQs for the instructions. You know, due to the forces of chaos interfering with the printing process, there was a slight mistake in the instructions for building Be'lakor. Download the PDF here. Something's gone wrong, real bad here. This isn't just like a series of unfortunate events. This is just like someone's done something happened that is really big, right? They've made a huge screw up, and this is like the repercussions. Something weird's happened. Imagine buying Chaos where you could spend all that same cash on Primaris. Right? You're clearly upset, and you've used a few different words to express it. If you was to consolidate all your anger into one affordable word to express your feelings, what would that word be? Hey, thank you much for the follow. Zangmax Workshop. I think that word would be bollocks. What I don't get is if paperwork or production or anything, why can't it come back when they do the paper right or get the books printed? Obviously, a lot of R&D went in there. Yeah, exactly. It just seems bizarre. They market it as made in the UK, so they don't want to admit that it's really made in China. Again, you could just say it's a production issue. There's a production issue with Curse 8. It's coming back later. Too right, Bar. I couldn't run a piss up in a brewery at this point. Thank you very much for the follow, Ty. Appreciate it. A lot of jobs being advertised recently for behind-the-scenes type jobs. Yes, this is true. There is a lot of jobs, like Games Workshop advertising for a new lead. Hey, thank you very much for the host. That's and Des. Really appreciate it. There's like a new lead 40k, new lead kill team, which I think is actually a new position. New designers for Warcry. And it's just like, yeah, something big's going on. Really crazy. Really, really crazy. They maybe hired a whole new production company team that they've properly dropped the ball. Maybe. Yeah. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Rappy48. A lot of logistics jobs. Yeah, a lot of the big behind the scenes jobs. Ones that run the company, you know? Even if there weren't Curse City boxes and Evergreen, the actions of Evergreen still backlog trade for a few weeks, if not months. There was a queue of over 500 ships waiting to go through the canal. All those ships are now waiting to enter their destination harbours as they can't take all of those ships at the same time either. Global trade was disrupted for a few months. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think it is. You know, that's definitely a thing. That's what I mean about it with the thumbnail of today's live stream. It's just like Evergreen probably has caused an issue because we know that they get all their paperwork printed outside the country because it's cheaper. So the other thing they are porting in from China right now is where they handle public relations as dog fan. Me and Hoy Boy is a game we can play with non-Warhammer and Warhammer mates. I mean, at least you've got one. I mean, enjoy it while you can. Feel like I can't post any music because it feels like gloating. The thing is like, it's not your fault, you know? You bought one. You win. You gloat. I would gloat. Just a quick question. It might have already been answered, but has it been confirmed there will be no second run and already placed orders are basically useless? So, essentially, this was pre-order week. This is week after pre-order. So, you decide. Nobody knows. Nobody knows if it's going to come back. They've said that it's not. I don't see why they wouldn't when they can see there's loads of people who still want it and they're actually obviously really annoyed. Are you saying sell Games Workshop stock? I mean, maybe sell it for a couple of weeks. Just an absolute nightmare. Time for Vought to apply and show his quality. I mean, I did consider applying for the 40k one, but it's always one of those where it's like, I'm going to apply for it, and then you go, actually, I don't want to do that job. It's a job I do not want the responsibility of. So what would be interesting, can you actually find anyone that bought one of these? Can we confirm it actually didn't go on sale? Which bit? The Curse City? We have got more drama to cover. We're doing this for another 5 minutes, I reckon. As I was saying on Twitter, they could do wonders by being open and honest. There is an issue. This is what it is, and we're working on it. Yeah, exactly. If they just said like, there's an issue with production, then cool. But they don't. They lie, and they hide it in replies. Again, they hide it. You know, it was a reply to a comment on Malagusa Twisted. It wasn't like a, oh guys, just let you know we fucked up, so we're not releasing anymore. Which is a joke. Which is a joke. Anyway, I want happy music now. There you go. No, Curse it to me. Time to look into other stuff. The thing is, something that Midwinter Minis pointed out. If you go on eBay, right now, it's not the same. It's not the same. So if you're wanting the same, I'm really sorry. You're gonna have to just pay overprice, I guess. That's all we can do. But if you put Curse City in on eBay, let's have a look. So what you can get is quite interesting. You can buy. A lot of people bought it just for the minis to split them. So they split them like this, right? What you can do is you can buy, like, spend 30 quid and get the game, if that's what you're interested in. So that's 30 quid. Let's have a look. Shall we look at sold? Let's have a look. A lot of people buying the minis up, clearly. Essentially, what you can do is you can try and look for... I'm trying not to hover over because eBay likes to show my address. You can look for, like, the boxed game, but without the minis. And I know that's not quite the same, but, like, who doesn't have, like, 10 skeletons, you know? Who doesn't have, like, 10 zombies? Or if you don't, you can use proxies. And at least play the game, because the game is good. I really enjoy it. We're playing again tonight. I'm going to air my frustration once again. Let's put Curse City no miniatures, see if that comes up. So here we go. So like 20 quid plus £10 postage. That's from the US, so don't ignore that. 45 quid. 30 quid. 30 quid. 20 quid. So you can actually just like... Again, I know it's not the same, but you could actually just buy like the board game because people are selling it on eBay relatively cheap. Buy all the components you need to play the game and then proxy the minis. Again, I know that's not the same, but I feel like that might be like a nice mid-ground. What we can't see is Hellstorm Wargaming actually bought out all the stock. It's just out of the shop behind the camera. Oh yeah, actually, I'm the one who's... I bought it all, yeah. I'm actually selling them for £200 each. And I'm going to... Now I've told you to all buy the box game, I'm going to ramp the prices up. I hate you all. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. My inbox has been spammed about some cheater at 40k event. Don't know these people. No idea how the rules are played. Yes, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. That's the next topic. Hi everyone. It would really help if we could get more likes on the stream. Yeah, if you want to like the stream, that would really help. While I talk about the cheat. Yeah, all the stock's behind the body pillow. There you go. So, boys, more spicy drama. That's just the official drama. This is the third party drama that we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about the third party drama. So by the third party drama, I mean not by Games Workshop, which is nice. Perhaps we could buy back this card stock from eBay, re-release it. Can you imagine? So there was a tournament somewhere. I don't know where it was based. I'm trying to find out now. So I got some guys called Fabricators Forge ran a tournament the other day. And it was fine. It was fine. Except for this one game, which wasn't fine. But it was fine. It went well. There was like 30 people, I think, playing. There's some big names there. I'm not going to name any names. If you want to go find out, it's not very hard. I'm going to try and avoid using all names. Because I know this person personally. I'm not protecting them. I just know them. I've met them once. But they're a dickhead. They cheated at a tournament. So, basically, there was this post on Reddit. Here we go. News time. Reddit time. Fabricators Forge, April GT tournament recap. Which basically went through and explained it's a 28-man event in the Northeast tournament circuit of the US. Brave, because, you know, Corona is still a thing over there, but, you know, whatever. And essentially, someone in the YouTube comment section, because they streamed the entire event, okay? They streamed 5 games of this event. And Muffin Boy 1234, like an absolute G unit, went through and time-stamped every single instance of this particular player. Let's call him the Chaos player. The Chaos player. He, at 1825, he rolls a 3 for a number of mortar shots, then rolls 4 dice. At this point, he rolls to feel no pain, essentially. Doesn't roll any, but says some survive. He misses with a weapon, but then rolls to wound anyway. Fails to wound, but re-rolls it. Claims the rules, lets him re-roll when it only lets you re-roll 1s rather than 4s. And then this guy, he essentially kept a Plague Burst Crawler alive when it should have died. So if you go to the video, which can be found very easily if you want to find it. Oh, his name's there. Oops, a daisy. They've timestamped it here as well, which is great. So you can actually just go and just watch all the cheating happen. which is great. It's right there. You know? Okay, let's look at the next one. Rolls a 3 for a number of mortar shots. Let's have a look. He did roll a 3. Why is he rolling 4 dice? Everyone asked in the chat. That's weird. But he did. So this guy, again, I'm not going to point out any names, but this guy cheated live on stream. Now, there has been another person who cheated live on stream back in the past, and they were rightfully strung up for it. But this guy decided to cheat on stream multiple times, but then force himself to not win the event, which is quite interesting. He told his opponent how to beat him in the last round. People are saying, well, maybe he's guilty for that. I don't really know. I'm very much like that. If someone can clearly beat me, then I kind of go, well, you just do this and you've won. Cheating with Death Guard, small board game. Everyone's a small board game player, that's the problem. But so yeah, so this guy was cheating on camera, which someone has rightfully said. Confurious has said, I wonder what this guy does off camera, which is rightfully so. But thankfully, there has been righteous repercussions of his actions, which we love, which we absolutely love. So basically, this guy cheated. Fair enough. I think he came, like, he lost the last round, so nearly came third, I think. Something like that. I'm not really sure where he placed. Thankfully, it didn't matter in terms of, like, prizes. It did matter for his ITC points at that point, though, because he was #1 ranked in the world. So he's worked with companies in the Warhammer space, but recently is no longer working with those companies, and he's actually gone solo. However, Repercussion 1. Repercussion 1. He had a 30... He got disqualified for that, which means he's got 0 points. He got a 30-day suspension from Northeast 40k tournaments. So that's their little circuit in the northeast of the US. And then he'll get a yellow card at a big event, basically. So essentially, he's going to automatically get a yellow card next time he plays an event, right? Which is nice. It's nice. It's not great, though, is it? It's not great. Me, personally, this is a shit repercussion. However, guys, righteous repercussions are to follow. So, Frontline Gaming actually put out a post about a certain person who was definitely cheating, which was absolutely lovely. Let's find it. Let me find it before I quote it. I know what it says, but I want to find it first. Can people just refuse to play him at future tournaments? The thing is like, yes, but that puts you at a repercussion, sadly. You need to, like, have them cheating with you to, like, be like, no, you're not playing. So there's actually a post by Frontline Gaming, which was a notice of ITC administrative action taken against player of misconduct. So, essentially, the ITC, so Reese and Frankie and all them lot, the Frontline Gaming, they got involved and said that basically the guy's going to score 0 points for the rest of the year in the ITC. So, essentially, this guy's ITC season is done. He was #1 in the world for 3 months, and then he was ripped for this entire year. So, not to, justify his actions, because I don't. I think that's probably what's a lot of it comes down to, is the fact that he worked with some other coaching companies in the past. Like, I've called out other coaching companies in the past for actions they've made. You know, I'm no stranger to calling people out for bullshit. But this guy has started a coaching service relatively recently, and he's got like 3 levels, but his first and only goal is like, if I earn this much, I can do it full time. And I'm not going to pull it up because I don't want to bomb his Patreon or anything. That's not for us to do. But I think like a lot of this comes down to this person wanting to be a coach because he wants to teach people to play 40k full time, which who doesn't, you know? Who doesn't want to like do Warhammer full time? I'm very lucky because of the people like yourselves who are watching the chat, who like and subscribe, who become members, who switch Prime, who'd send donations and stuff like that. I'm very lucky I can do this for a job. But the way I conduct my job is very different to like a coaching service. So when you are a coach in this regard, playing to a high level is very crucial because you are advertisement for your product. My advertisement is making people laugh, which is easy. It's great. Don't have to cheat to do that. But if someone's like saying, oh, I'm the best chaos player in the world, I have to, well, that person, not me, that person who's saying this has to go off and win events with chaos. You know, they have to do well with chaos. So I can see the reasoning, maybe, that he's put himself under a lot of pressure to go, I've got to win this event, or I've got to do really well at this event. So I can show off that my coaching service is worth it. However, that's not right. Don't want you to quote me and be like, oh, Mikey's saying he's all right to cheat because he's going to earn money from it. No. But I think that is probably part of his actions. But this guy, I don't have any evidence. It's clear. It's pretty much hearsay. Supposedly he's known for it in the past. I don't know. Never heard of anything from this person until this point. But this is quite big, you know? Does he have a cheater's Patreon tier? Is stealing memes not cheating at being funny? Yes, it is. But that doesn't count because there's no scores to it. The one that confirmed Mikey is all up for cheating. No! Kill the stream! Who was it who ran a coaching service in the UK who cheated at an event? The one who called himself cheated at his own event. So what can I say? I think the way the organisers handled it was fine. It wasn't great, but the way the ITC have handled it have done really well. So killing his ITC season essentially kills his entire playability and credibility for the entire year until February 2022. So, you know, that's like what is it, nearly 10 months? Essentially a 10-month ban of earning points, which means he can't go around saying he's the best chaos player in the world, because he's not. He's just a dirty cheat. And yeah, I think either one of those. Obviously, I think the banning of the ITC for the season is a much harsher punishment. But I think the fact that he's been banned for 30 days in his local area as well is right. So I think they add together is a good punishment. And so shout out to the organisers and shout out to the ITC for dealing with it correctly. 30 days when you're lucky to have one event a month is garbage. I mean, the thing is like, they're like quite a closed circuit. It's a very small circuit, you know. Best chaos player in the world, Jim Vessel. I think technically it was him because he had the points, but I mean, people aren't playing events because it's a fucking pandemic. Mikey didn't let Elliot use Duty Eternal on a Redemptor. I'm sure it was a deliberate ruse to win the game. Yeah, that's it. I did win that game as well, don't forget. Does this mean Chapter Master Vara will start coaching service? He's undefeated in 9th edition after all. This is very true. I mean, once I beat him, then I'm gonna get the trophy, and then I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna give it him for like 2 hours while I beat him, then take it back off him. Organisers don't have to let me in. So if someone cheated at my event, then I'd just ban them. I've never had to, which is great. But if someone cheated at my event, that'd be a lifetime ban. This guy who cheated at this event is never going to come to my event. Don't know if he ever will, but he's not anymore. The true meme now would be to join his page. I probably should have done that before I did a video or did a live stream saying that he's a dick. What happened to your forehead? Are you trying some Gorbachev cosplay? Are you talking about this? Are you talking about my impurities? There we go. There you go, you can't see it now. A little to no idea what's going on, but it doesn't sound pretty. Basically, Games Workshop lie. Man cheats live on camera. man cheats live in 4K. I long for the day a certain Italian signs up with Hellstorm. He already knows. I already had a conversation with him. More like the Chaos Marine Valorant does coach holidays than 40k coaching. dear. Did something similar happen at Vegas? I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure, Jack. I'm only going off stuff I definitely know. Do you think the pressure of doing 40k for a living got to him, or was he a dick before? So, I've heard, rumour has it, clearly rumours, only rumours, is that supposedly he's known for stuff like this. Again, I've got no idea because I just don't know the information. But I think maybe that he's probably an addition, you know. But like, if you're gonna cheat anywhere, don't do it on camera. You know, like, of all places you could do it. If he's doing this on camera, what's he doing off camera? Which is like the number one thing. It's just, ugh, terrible, terrible. Can we go back over the Cursed City news? I missed it. Games Workshop said they were going to keep it on the shelf, and then they hid in a reply that it wasn't. That's it. That's pretty much the gist. Like, people have suspected him for a bit. Yeah, he's actually a nice player, but not anymore since he cheated. Yeah, exactly. Like, so, I met him in Vegas, this guy. Georgie's met him because he's been over to the UK to play an event with his ETC team. And then it's just like, yeah, it's just a shame because he's a nice bloke. But that's the problem. It's always the nice guys. No one likes the nice guys. Still not as bad as... I mean, yeah. Yeah, let's not. Let's not mind. Mike is a boy who lives. You're a wizard. I did live, yeah. I've been to a local event with him. It went as well as expected. Well, this is my first tournament as well. When everything kicked off with the LGT, I thought I recognised him. Yeah. Nice facade to get. That's it, Vobble. It's the facade to get away with it. It's like, oh, I'm a nice guy. Got nothing to worry about. And then that's it. So what can you do, gamers? What can you do to avoid people cheating? Note to self, stop being a nice guy and be a dick. My kid's being dick down to a T. Exactly, that's why I'm a dick. So you can like make sure you watch my dice. So what can you do? The thing is that in the US it's different. In the UK, you know, us Brits, we like to drink our tea and we like to be really friendly with everyone unless they're a dickhead, right? But the thing is that you can't be scared of calling people out when you're playing them. The hardest thing, and the thing that happens most often, is that I have had people come to me at one of my events thinking that someone's cheated, okay? Someone was like, oh, this guy's got a dice in his back pocket, right? And he only rolls that for Caesars. So I think it's a cheat. I think because he did Caesar on this person. But he told me after the game, after the game had happened, he told me and said, oh, I think this guy's a cheat. And I was just like, the thing is, I'm going to go ask him now. But if you ever consider someone to be cheating in your game, then the point, as awkward, as horrible as calling someone out in front of your is, especially if you don't know them, you have to call them out at that moment. If someone rolls a 3 for how many shots they get and then rolls 4 dice, which they shouldn't have, they should have rolled 3, you have to call them out at that point, okay? And if anyone rolls dice behind a building, you have to say, no, you have to roll them in the middle of the board where you can see them, okay? If it's one dice in the game, fair enough, whatever. If they keep doing it, you just have to call them out at that point. You have to say something like, excuse me, stop there, please don't touch your dice. You've rolled them behind the building once again, I'm going to go grab a TO. That's what you've got to do. Or, excuse me, you've rolled that dice out your back pocket for a Caesar initiative. I know that isn't a thing anymore, but you know. You roll that dice out your back pocket for a Caesar initiative. It rolled a 6. I'm really suspicious about it. Could you leave it there? I'm going to go and get a TO. And as awkward as that is, you've got to do it, you know. If you feel like someone's cheating, you've got to call them out there and then if you're in an event. You can't call them out after the game. You can't play the game, pack up, and then go, actually, that guy was cheating. Because the problem is there's no evidence. And that's the hardest thing, is getting evidence. This video is a clear example of someone not doing the right thing. Because this guy is rolling behind a building, okay? And he's lying, you know? The problem is with this situation is this guy is well known in the community worldwide, okay? And the other guy, I don't know him, but I imagine he's not known worldwide. So he probably doesn't feel like he can say anything to this person. But the problem is you've got to just like throw all that aside. Remember that the person across from you is another human being who's very normal, hopefully, or they're a little bit weird because they're cheating at a 40k event. And just be like, excuse me, you're rolling behind that building, or listen, you can't do that. Roll them there next time. Stop it. Or I didn't see any of that, and you picked them all up. I don't believe you. Roll them in the middle. And if they say no, that's when you call the TO. And that's the best thing you can do, and that's the best advice I can give you. If you feel like someone's cheating, then call them out right there, okay? And if this person isn't rolling in the middle of the board, ask them to. If they say, oh, I've made a save, say, well, I didn't see your dice, you're going to have to roll it again. Because the point of the game is that you're not rolling dice for yourself to hit. You're not saying, I'm rolling my dice so I can see how many hit. You're rolling your dice so your opponent can see how many have hit his unit, okay? And it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating because it's so horrible because so many people are punished and people are just basically innocent to it, you know? Like, people are just innocent to it. They've never been in that situation before, but it's like chess clocks, you know? If you've never had to use a chess clock, you're very lucky, but you should always just have one ready because you hopefully don't have to use it, but you've got it if you need it. Whereas, like, if you've got like, you know, someone cheating, you don't want to have to call someone out, but having the willpower and the knowledge to say the right thing at the right time. This person is cheating. The other opponent can probably see that he can't see his dice. So he has to say, excuse me, you can't keep rolling your dice behind that building. It's shit, but it's just one of those things you've got to do. To avoid cheating, just play with yourself, wait for 40k, and love lives. God damn it. Cheat more, out cheat them. Brilliant. Love the shirt. Yeah, thanks, man. If you've ordered a Shield Wall shirt, it should be on the way. I can't remember who it was, but I was on one of the Hellstorm RTTs. It was for podium position because we were both on 2 wins. I rolled too many dice and called me out. It was my mistake. I miscounted, but he was right to call me out, and we talked about it like gentlemen. Well, yeah, exactly. You know, you were like, in the moment, were you cheating? Maybe. Were you just like, you know, rolling too many dice by accident? Maybe. You know, and he called you out, and that's the right thing he should have done. You know, and what happens in that situation? You just go back, let's do it again. The winner of the tournament is facing before there was issues in the other game. Yeah, I've heard he's had a reputation. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't want to come out with like information I don't have. Digital Dice Solution keeps an audit. So, yes and no. So, there's actually another cheating scandal in the WTC because they've been doing TTS tournaments and one of the players actually tampered with the dice box, which is the digital dice box. So, if he typed a number before he rolled dice, he got the result he wanted. So, I think it's just a case of just having a word with the person you're playing with if you think they're trying to do something dodgy, you know? If they're trying to do something dodgy, then call them out. Always be careful if someone asks how experienced you are. I mean, yeah, because they might be looking for a way to take advantage, you know? The thing is when the problem is with 40k is that there's a winner. The problem is with 40k is there is a winner and a loser. And that makes people turn into weird people, you know? We had a mate call someone out because he cheated. The person was yeeted quicker than us saying Pakistan. Yeah, exactly. That's the best way. I had a guy once check my TTT die because I rolled 2 6s in a roll. I rolled a 1, then stormed off swearing. That's the thing. There's a reason why dice trays aren't common among tournaments for clarity's sake. Because a lot of people don't like them. I won't lie, a lot of dice trays aren't very nice to use. Except for the ones I make, you know. If you want a dice tray, let me know in Discord. But a lot of dice trays aren't nice to use. And also, it's finding somewhere to put them, you know. Because the boards are usually quite full. But also, people just like rolling on the board. That's what you do. You don't, when you learn how to play Warhammer, you don't go, oh, well, here's your dice tray. You must roll into this box. It's just like, people just want to roll dice, you know? Roll dice, chuck them across the board. It's fun. It's great. But don't chuck them across the board behind a building. That's what you've got to be careful of. Yeah, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. People who cheat need with toy soldiers need a head wobble. I agree. You could wait until the game is over, roll them up in a carpet, and then throw them off a bridge. I mean, this is an idea. This is an idea, to be fair. But yeah, maybe dice trays are the way to get around it. But I think you should only have to use them if that person is cheating. If I wouldn't say to someone, "Oh, you have to use a dice tray." If someone was rolling behind a building, I'd be like, "You're rolling into this box now." Yeah, go on, Master Arcade. That's cool. We got a guy in our local community who list tailors. He demands to know exactly what you are using beforehand. I have a habit of just replying chaos when he asks. I mean, yeah, is that cheating? Is list tailoring cheating, or is he just a bit of a weirdo? Yeah, the dice tray of shame. That's what we'll call it. My real hobby is looking at dice rolls and miniatures. Help to fill us. I hate how potential cheating makes games really stressful. You need to know your army and your opponents, count all the dice, and double check your head. Double check in your head all the rules. Yeah, it does make it stressful. It makes it a lot to deal with, which is a shame, because the point of Warhammer is to have fun, whether you want to win or lose anyway. The point of Warhammer is having fun, right? That's like 101, you know? It's just rubbish. But that's the thing. Again, you've just got to be in the position and have the courage to call people out when there's an issue, you know? And also call them out to a TO when there's an issue, not after the game. That's the biggest issue I've ever had, is that people have accused other people of doing something like cheating, but then doing it after the game. Thankfully, there's never really been an issue. It's like people have called them out, but then they've realised that they're actually mistaken. I've never had someone say, "Oh, this guy's cheating dice rolls." I've had one guy thinking that one dice in someone's back pocket was a C's dice that would only roll sixes, but turns out it was just a Hellstorm dice that he nicked off me. I think it's going like other comp stuff or recognition / prize / career, etc. But we haven't caught up to the structures in place for the competitive sports games. The problem is there's nothing like it either, you know? That's the problem. It's that there's nothing else to compare it to, so it's hard, because digitally, obviously someone cheated with a dice box, fair enough, but digitally you can monitor it a lot easier, but physically you can't. You've got to rely on the other opponent to be the opponent of the cheater to be like, "Hey, you're cheating." But that's the thing, when the more the money is involved, because people are like, "Well, if I do really well, then yeah, it just ruins it." It's coming back. I mean, you've got no evidence to say that Curse City is coming back, but the only evidence we've got is what's public. Gus the Hut, thank you very much for the follow. You need third-party education, like written guidelines. Well, that's what the code of conduct is for by the ITC. I implement a rule that dice rolled out of line of sight may not be lifted until the opponent can see the roll. Successful dice that are picked up and not seen are re-rolled. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair. I don't know about anyone else, but I always want my rolls as visible as possible. Those times you roll a bunch of sixes, you want to remove all doubt that you cheated. Exactly, that's the thing. It's like, you're not rolling to see if your unit hits. You're rolling to see if your opponent is hit. You know, so your opponent needs to see. I made mistakes with new units in games, not deliberately, but thankfully friendly games. My opponents didn't realise, but I told them afterwards because I felt guilty about a game wrong. The thing is making mistakes, right? You know, I do it all the time. I play like 9 armies. I always make mistakes. I always forget things. Especially because I don't know what it is, but like obviously we had the Space Marine versus Orc game the other day, and I completely forgot about Duty Eternal. But it's like I played that army; it's my favorite army. It's Space Marine. I forgot about Duty Eternal with the Dreadnoughts, but it was just I just completely forgot. You know, I was playing Orcs. I was focusing on that. So. Social shaming is the only way. Watched a friend of mine play a guy in a GW store. Was blatantly cheating his movement phase and his rolls. I called him out on it. He hasn't played that since. And that's the thing. You have to like call people out there and then. Only 9. Yes, only 9 armies. Replace prize money with a box of push fit goblins. The thing is, not just prize money, Peter. It's like, again, the guy we're talking about, the guy in question, has a coaching service now. He used to coach for another company. He left that one, or got kicked out of that one, not sure which. And now he's started his own. Forgetting the wording ruling is a tad different to pretending 5 is a 6. Exactly, Laser. Exactly. It's showing intent. It's showing clear intent if the fact that someone's rolled a dice and saying it's something else. It's instinctual intent. It's like, I really want to win. I'm just going to say it's something else. You know? No one looks at a dice, rolls a 4, and thinks it's a 5. Unless they can't count. And if they can't count, why are they playing Warhammer in a tournament? They need to go back to school. Well, the thing is with stuff like this, it's just a joke, you know? It is a joke. And again, the thing is, I see it as instinctual or habitual. That this person does it all the time. So they're used to saying their dice is higher than it should be, you know? There's like no point. There's no point. You may as well just play fair, you know? People are going to respect you a lot more if you play fair. Do we know what repercussions there are on the coaching service? I mean, it's independent, so I imagine if he was part of a company or any teams or anything, he's probably going to get kicked off it. But this person's doing it independently now, so... They used to do it for someone else, but now they do it independently, so there's going to be no repercussion, except for the people with the wallets, you know? Hopefully the people with the wallets go, actually, I'm not going to support this person, because that's bullshit. Why would you get coached off someone who cheats? Why would you? What are you going to learn? Yeah, what you should do is you could roll dice behind terrain and then not tell people about what your army does, and then when it's something dies, just don't remove it. Don't bother. If they can't count why they're playing Warhammer, they need to go back to school. That's mean to Chattermaster Malra. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Absolutely mad. Jamartin, that's clearly hearsay. break their hands, a lifetime ban. I mean, there's one extreme to the other. I think a year's ban's fine because then they've got time to think about what they've done and hopefully show that they've changed after that. But this person's probably not going to be playing for a while, not properly anyway. And then maybe next year he'll come back and be like, okay, I'm not a dickhead, I'm going to stop cheating. And then that's cool. That's what we like. We like to give people a chance. But if he cheats again, out you go. That's what I'd say. But, you know, ban for my events. He can do that somewhere else. he can like show his change at someone else's event. I'm not dealing with it. One pair hates when people have dice with icons on 1s and some icons on 6s, and they mix the dice. Yeah, don't mix the dice. Always use the same. It's just disgusting. I don't like people who randomly mix dice because they've got loads of like teams and stuff like that. They've like gone and like swapped dice with loads of people. They roll loads of random colours and shapes and sizes. It's horrible. Just roll the same dice. Is that why you're allowing Valrat back on your stream? Yeah, he's got to prove himself. Prove that he's changed. Some dice are hard to see. Are there any rules for the types of dice? I don't think there is. I wonder if there's any in the Code of Conduct. Code of Conduct. I don't think there is anything, you know. I don't even know. Are there actually season? Code of Conduct. So the Code of Conduct, boys, is a document by the ITC. So this isn't like the law when it comes to rules, but if you're running an ITC event or playing an ITC event, they're probably going to be using this. And these are like some this is like some rules that you can kind of should follow. Like, no one's enforcing you to use this, and no one's enforcing you to follow it. But like, it's a list of all things of like how really a good way the ITC should be played. Okay, I don't think there is anything about types of dice. Must announce intent to roll a die and apply the outcome. Any dice rolled without intent must be ruled as void. Present by a judge. It must roll on the board. Nothing about funky dice. That's hard dice down. Dice used in the event must be whole, unaltered, with all correct facings represent each number easily distinguishable by both players. Any player found to be using dice inconsistent with these guidelines have committed a foul, and depending on the severity of the infraction, may be asked to use alternative dice or up to being issued a red card and denied IC points for future events. In the instance of loaded dice or dice altered to the function of the intended mark, the player must remove the event. So in the code of conduct, there is a thing. I'll zoom in a bit so you guys can see. My apologies, I realised it was very far away. For me, it wasn't. Where have we gone? So it says that in the code of conduct, zoom out a little bit more. There you go. It says they must be easily distinguishable by both players. If they're using non-standard dice, you may be required to use standard dice for that game. But you can only enforce that before the game begins. So that's what the ITC Code of Conduct does. So if you're using funky dice, then you have to okay it with your opponent, basically, before you play. That's what they've basically said. So I think his ban is a really big message to him. He knows he is publicly caught, so he'll know being watched. Thus, this will be a deterrent to stop him doing this again. Yeah, you'd hope so. You'd hope so. Can't be the first cheater that got caught, can it? No, well, loads of people have been caught cheating. Loads of people. What do you mean by funky dice? So dice where they're not very clear, Master Arcade. So like if dice aren't clear to your opponent, then they're funky. You know? So like the Plague, the Nurgle ones that they did a couple of years back. The ones with weird scratches maybe. And then maybe custom dice that have been made as well. The fact that he hasn't responded or apologised at all tells me that it's true, and two, he just wants it to fade away as quickly as possible. I mean, it's obviously true because it's live in 4K. Chink. Well, do ITC provide standard dice to avoid any dodgy dice used? No, they don't provide anything, but they also don't force you to use a code of conduct. So the idea of standard dice is just dice with 1 to 6 on. Any news on the No Retreat tournament? The No Retreat Legends is happening in November. That's all I know so far. Sad fact is that it probably won't make a difference in the long run. Kenny Boucher used loaded dice back in 2013 and look at him now. I mean, I've got no news or evidence saying that happened, but he's been good since, you know? Give everyone a chance to change, but I've got no evidence to say he did do that, so please don't quote me on that. I'm just reading the comment. Perhaps they could just supply everyone those cheap and nasty plain white dice at ITC events. I imagine if ITC events you have to pay to be an ITC event, then yeah, it would be, but it's an independent like body, but that doesn't really control anything. It just gives you guidelines, just gives you ideas that you can use. So like you don't pay to be an ITC event, you just can be if you want to be. And then yeah, I mean if you did have to pay for it, maybe they'd send dice to everyone, but the standard dice is just dice with 1 to 6s on. So see-through dice are all sides are visible. They did decode dice are the worst. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. A favourite trick is to have 2 sets of 6-on-1s with the picture faces. Yeah, that's terrible. You should split them. I've had people do that to me. I just said split them. I'm fed up with it. So if they're a cheater, why is it a big deal now? I'm not sure what you're on about, Spark Plug. You don't have to like explain what you mean. Speaking of dice, what's your favourite colour Hellstorm dice? My favourite colour is the blue horrors we do. I use them on the channel all the time. But I'm planning on getting some more, so keep an eye, keep an eye. Seems to be more sensible for the IT to provide a set of standard dice they must all use to avoid any dice shenanigans. But that's the thing, it's like, if you're just playing a normal event, it shouldn't be enforced. However, if you get into the top 8 at the LVO, you have to use casino dice. So obviously they're running a casino. That's their standard dice, it's casino dice. I saw dice bags and then objective Hellstorm shop. That's because we sold out, dude. We sold out. We got no dice left right now. Time are you streaming Curse City? We're going to be doing Curse City at 7:30 tonight. I'll be putting up an event just after the stream. And with that, so we're going to be playing Curse City again. We're going to be doing the first boss, which should be fun. So there are cheaters all the time. Why is this incident such a big deal that everyone is raving about it? I mean, people cheat all the time, you know? It's not like an unheard of thing, but this person has been caught cheating, you know? And when people are caught cheating, they are strung up for it, crucified for it. Crucified would imply he's doing it for some sins, but, you know. It's not like unheard of. That's what I'm saying. It's not like unheard of. It's not like, but people don't cheat on stream all the time, you know? And they were the #1 player in the ITC as well, as David says. Was it too long? Didn't read why Curse City come back. We don't really know. I memed. I think it's something to do with Suez Canal. But I'm not sure. That's like saying murders happen all the time. Why rave about this murder? Yeah, exactly, Sean. Exactly. Lynched. That's a good word. Thanks, Nick. If you'd like to see Elliot again, can we expect some Lawham? So Elliot's planning Lawham 3, yeah. I'm hoping to do some very, very soon. Very, very soon. But that's it. Gloria and the friends are going to be saving the day, exactly. So Gloria and friends will be happening this evening. If Hellstorm ran an event and this incident happens there, how do you handle it? It'd be banned lifetime. That's it, straight up banned. The guy who cheated at that event will not be allowed at my event. He's obviously in a different country, but if I've heard you're cheating and you're caught, then you're not allowed. End of. You know? Yeah, if it was caught after the event, he's banned. If he's caught during the event, he'd be kicked out. You know? Straight up. And the other person will get a full win. That's how I'd deal with it. I mean, what else can you do, really? My guess is legal issues. With KC, you reckon? Interesting. But that's it. That's it. GW say a lot of things. I'm convinced City will come back because we know they will do expansions and to ensure those sales the main game needs to be available. It does. It does. I agree. Now's a good time to promote Hellstorm dice rolling trays. If you do want some dice rolling trays, then let me know. Join the Discord, ! Discord. I can make you a dice tray. Look at this. It's beautiful. You can roll dice in here. It's cool. It's beautiful. Hellstorm dice rolling tray. Anti-cheat tray. Please, I was taking the piss. It was sarcasm. Carve cheater into their forehead. It's the only solution. I know cheaters are around, but if I can't remember hearing so much about cheaters getting caught lately. Because he did it on stream, that's the thing. It's because he did it on stream, Sparkplug. He did it on camera. There's a video that is 2 hours and 35 minutes long. They did it. And there's timestamps. Timestamps! Caught in 4K, just needs the camera emoji. That's all it's missing. Can we talk about LGT hype? I mean, it's happening. We'll see. I'd also make a lovely picture on the wall as well. I mean, yes, it would. I agree. How would you handle a person spreading rumors of a player cheating when none occurred? So I have dealt with that, but not spreading rumors, as in like coming to me and saying that someone cheated and then finding out they actually didn't. If they're doing like publicly, then I just have to make an official statement, I guess. Once could be a mistake, but when it happens multiple times, yeah, exactly. D-stonks. Can I ask about terrain? So the events I run in Scotland have lovely terrain, but Knife seems to be very terrain based. What do you think is a min tournament quality table terrain wise? It's a tough question, Will. You need a lot of terrain. Like the terrain that I'm planning to use for like the top tables, will have like 6 L's on it and 4 craters and loads of crates. Because I'm looking at the WTC for their type of terrain, for what I should use. I can only assume someone ran over the Junker City mold. Painted terrain is best terrain. It is. Speaking of which, hi Minotaur Gaming. I'm very close to ending the stream, boys, but I want to tell you about something. There is a Kickstarter that's just launched, which is some cool, a cool app that is coming out, which is going to make watching live streaming very, very cool. Very, very cool. I'm playing Curse City tonight, by the way, Rich. So, you might have heard of Rightful Ruler. Now, this isn't a sponsored post. I'm purely telling you because I'm supporting this because it's really cool. So, Rightful Ruler is an AR streaming app that you can download on your phone for measuring stuff with augmented reality. Now, they are launching a app which is for streamers. Now, you're probably asking, why are you telling me? It's because these people need the money to make streaming better. It's an app that people like myself, when covering events, can make streaming better, but they need the money to make the app. So essentially what you're investing in, if you do join up to this Kickstarter, is making streams that people that can use it better. Thank you very much, Minotaur. Really appreciate it. We just got a link there. I'll drop a link in the chat right now. I'm going to put it up on screen as well. So this is it. This is Rightful Ruler's Kickstarter. I'm just going to quickly pause my music and then we're going to watch it. I'm going to watch it together. I've not seen this yet. So what you just saw there is a camera just measuring between an Invicta Warsuit and this Tau person, like accurately, like more accurate than you could actually measure yourself. Now imagine if I was live streaming, and I was live streaming, I was like, oh, I wonder how far that Invicta Warsuit is from that Tau guy. Without asking the players, I could like click 2 places and see how far it is. How cool would that be? Imagine we're playing a battle report and I'd be like, oh, there's a captain here. There's a captain on this top-down view, right? There's a captain there, and he's chilling. I wonder if those aggressors are in reroll range. You just click him and it shows me. How cool would that be? Well, today you can do that with this cool app. Look at the sorcery. So you can see there's like live annotations. That looks great. It will help. It will help catch the cheaters. It will. So this is leaving annotations on units. So saying that like these guys have got a buff, these guys, he's got a buff, and when you move that model, it'll move with the model. So you can actually download this today. It's called Rightful Ruler. I don't think it's very expensive to buy, but you can do this at home already. This Kickstarter is actually to develop a stream tool that can be used for streamers like myself who are doing live coverage or running battle reports, where when we're covering events, obviously, like, you think like Games Workshop, they always stream events. They're not going to use this, but they always stream events. And essentially, they always like have a pen, they have paint, they have MS Paint, and they draw, you know? They draw on the screen like this. They go, okay, this guy over here, he's going to charge this way to this guy. And that's, I bet it's like 9 inches. I bet it's like 9 inches. That's what they do. This is what a DW stream looks like. It's MS Paint. But then it turns out it's actually 20 inches. You know, it's actually 20 inches, but they couldn't say. But with this app, you could watch live streams, but it actually just tells you how far it is. How cool is that? So if you want to charge, it's 9.8 inches away, so you need a 9. That's pretty cool, right? The Minotaur Gaming is in the chat on Twitch right now, answering some questions. But yeah, I'm really excited about this project. I'm going to be supporting it myself. If you guys want to support it, then that's really cool. So essentially, look, you've got like auras, you can measure ranges and stuff like that. So again, this is for this Kickstarter in particular is for streaming. And you can kind of, as you can see, there's some images here. You can see like power level, what they're equipped with annotations. You can see ranges, so that's like a 6-inch aura ability. So it's like, is anything in this aura? You can see how many wounds are in, and there's some stretch goals as well. So they're looking for £6,000, £6,000, UK anyway. If we switch to dollars, oh, it's converted. So it's 65 Hong Kong dollars that they need. But this is really cool. I'm going to be supporting it, and it looks really exciting. Again, you're supporting people who stream events or stream battle reports live to actually have some super accurate measurements for top-down, to make top-down viewing of games or battle reports or event games very, very interesting and very, very well annotated, which would make commentating a lot easier. I'd rather trust this tape measure than this Vega measurement. Well, the thing is with this is that you can download an app to do it yourself, right? The idea of this Kickstarter is for streamers when they're covering events. So when you've got like a top-down table, for example, when you're looking at a board, I don't know how this is going to work, but let's have a look. Not that one. No, it's a bit off-center, I apologize. When you're looking at a board like this for like 3 hours, right? And you can like draw over this with like annotations and stuff. That's going to be really cool. Now you can obviously use this yourself, as I said, but the idea of this Kickstarter is to be able to give streaming tools for views like this. That's kind of like the plan. That's the plan for this. So I'm really excited for it. It looks really cool. I really want to support them and promote them. So if you are interested, if you want to help streamers produce better content using this app, then check it out. It'd be really cool. If you don't, that's cool. If you don't want to support it that way, that's fine. If you do want to support it, we don't have the money, then just share it with your friends, you know? We are actually using it for live list views. So you might have seen on one of our battle reports a couple of weeks ago with the Drakari. Let me pull it up. So one other thing that they're really good for is the list view. Where is it? Where's Drakari? Drakari. So we actually use Rightful Ruler here. So this is our Drakari game, and we use the live lists, which is here. So this is made by Rightful Ruler as well. So if you actually looked at this, then you actually saw Rightful Ruler already. So this is using their interactive list where you can actually click and look at all the stats and have a nosy, like see what things do. And this will be integrated into the streaming tools as well, I imagine. So I definitely look it out. Any link to the Kickstarter, I'll just drop it in the link again. So that's the link to the Kickstarter to go have a look. Again, you're supporting streamers essentially with this. And there are some rewards. You know, you can get your credits in the launch video, get a cool t-shirt, etc. So definitely check it out and have a look. That'd be really cool. And actually, it's not a very high goal. It's a lot less than I thought. So are we getting esports tier 40k casters? Well, I mean, the thing is, like, the problem is with commentating on games is you don't have anything like this. You know, you just have paint on the screen, you know? You just draw. That's it. That's all you got. What else can you work with? You know? Let's have a go. Ready? This is what you have to do now. Okay, you open paint. Games Workshop or like other places have like really, really expensive technology. I do this. So when I'm at an event, I'll do this. Okay. And then I'll go to my live view. Okay. Let's just transition it. We'll go here. Okay. We'll go window capture. Paint. This is what happens. We'll capture paint. We'll make it bigger like this. This is literally what I do to cover tournaments, by the way. This is what I did for the LGT. We'll add a chroma key. Okay. And then I'll draw on screen. Oh, not that one. Undo. Then I'll draw on screen with red. Let's get a brush. Boss. This is how I cover the LGT. With MS Paint. Okay. And I drew on screen like this. This, I'll look for my little cursor. This is that way. But imagine if I had like actual good technology, boys. Imagine if I had good technology. So definitely check it out. Really appreciate it. This is a measurement I made on Val Heffelfinger's table in Canada from Hong Kong, where I am. Let's have a look. YouTube is not currently available on this device. What? Excuse me? I'm not sure why that link didn't work. For some reason, it doesn't like that link. Never mind. But definitely go check it out. Again, there's a link in the chat. I'll just post it one more time. And go support them. That'd be really cool. I'll be supporting it. I'll be promoting it as well over the range of the Kickstarter. So I think that we're going to call it a day there. I think that's it. I think that's everything. Oh, we got it. Have we got it? We'll watch that first then. What was that? That one. So this is Val Heffelfinger's board in the US. And this is being measured from Hong Kong. More accurately than a tape measure, which is very bizarre to think about. But again, imagine you had a camera, you got two people playing, and then I'm just being like, yeah, well, that's 7 inches away. And then he rolls a 4 or a 5, and he goes, I'm in. And you go, no, you're not. You're not in. It's 7 inches. I've measured it already, digitally. How cool is that? I think that's pretty boss. But there you go. So go and check it out. Again, there's a link in the description, link in the chat. My apologies. That'd be really cool. And yeah, thank you very much to Minotaur Gaming for good luck with the Kickstarter. Can't wait to promote it. Can't see how far it goes. But I'll be supporting it throughout. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. If you're watching on Twitch, we're going to raid someone now. We're going to see who's live in Warhammer. If you're watching on YouTube, then thank you very much. Jump over to Twitch if you want to. Drop us a follow there as well. Look out, if you didn't get caught before, this will get you. Exactly that. Okay, we're gonna raid. We'll raid Coda Paints. Why not? He looks cool. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks for all the love. Thank you for the follow. Just bits. Really appreciate it. And thank you everyone for hanging out this morning. This has been Coffee Time, your weekly show. I'll be back tonight at 7:30 PM BST. So in about 8 hours to play Curse City with the first boss. That'd be really cool. So thank you very much, everyone. Love you all, and goodbye for now. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.